good afternoon. Thank you for coming. The Secretary General will preview the NATO summit in Warsaw, and then he will be happy to take your questions. Secretary General.
Good afternoon and happy 4th of July to our American friends. And welcome to all of you to this press conference. This week's NATO summit in Warsaw comes at a defining time for our security, with threats and challenges from many different directions. In response at our last summit in Wales, we laid out plans for the biggest reinforcement of NATO's collective defense since the Cold War. In Warsaw, I will report to heads of state and government that NATO has done what we said we would do. We delivered a faster, a stronger and a more ready alliance. We now need to take the next steps. So at our summit in Warsaw, we will agree to further enhance our military presence in the eastern part of the alliance. We will deploy 4 robust multinational battalions to Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland. I welcome Canada's recent announcement that it will lead one of these 4 battalions, together with Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. This is a great contribution to our common security and a clear signal that our nations will defend one another on both sides of the Atlantic. Our collective defense and deterrence includes much more. We will also agree to develop a tailored presence in the southeast based on a multinational brigade in Romania. We will recognize cyberspace as an operational domain alongside air, land and sea. And I expect that allies will make a cyber defense pledge to strengthen their own networks. This is part of our overall efforts to increase our resilience, both within our nations and collectively. And we will further streamline the flow of civilian and military intelligence through a new intelligence division within NATO headquarters, helping us to make the right decisions at the right time, and enabling us to better counter modern challenges, including hybrid and terrorist threats. The Warsaw Summit will renew our commitment to spend more on defense and to spend better. Today we have published the details of Allies' defense expenditure for 2015 and updated estimates for 2016. Last year, after a long period of decline, we saw a small increase in overall defense spending by NATO's European allies and Canada. This year, we estimate that it will rise even more. We expect a real increase of 3% in defense spending by European allies and Canada. This amounts to $8 billion. 22 allies will increase defense spending in real terms. Moreover, 18 allies will increase defense expenditures devoted to major equipment and research and development. So we are both spending more and we are spending better. But we have a very long way to go, and we must keep up the momentum. In all our decisions, our aim is to defend our allies, not to increase tensions in Europe. NATO continues to be a responsible, transparent and predictable actor, and we remain open to dialogue with Russia. The NATO-Russia Council has an important role to play as a forum for dialogue and information exchange to reduce tensions and increase predictability. That is why we are working with Russia to hold another meeting of the Council shortly after the summit, where transparency and risk reduction should be an important topic. Another major theme of the summit will be projecting stability beyond our borders. When our neighbors are more stable, we are more secure. NATO can and will do more to support them. We will agree to start training and capacity building inside Iraq, expanding our existing training for Iraqi officers in Jordan. We will decide that NATO AWACS aircraft will provide information to the global coalition to counter ISIL. And I expect we will agree on a role for NATO in the central Mediterranean, complementing the European Union's Operation Sophia, and building on our effective cooperation in the Aegean to cut lines of human trafficking. Afghanistan remains our largest operation. President Ghani and Chief Executive Abdullah will join us in Warsaw. We are committed to assisting the Afghan forces to secure their country and to ensure it never again becomes a safe haven for international terrorism. We will continue our resolute support mission beyond 2016, and we will continue our contribution to the funding of the Afghan forces until 2020. We will also demonstrate our support to our partners in the East. We will hold a meeting of the NATO-Ukraine Commission with President Poroshenko. And in an independent, sovereign and stable Ukraine, firmly committed to democracy and the rule of law, is key to Euro-Atlantic security. And NATO is committed to helping Ukraine achieve that goal. We will also continue to boost the defense capacity and resilience of Georgia and the Republic of Moldova, to resist outside pressure and to advance reforms. The European Union is an unique and essential partner for NATO. Now is the time to take our cooperation to a new level. In Warsaw, together with the presidents of the European Council and the European Commission, I will sign a joint declaration on our partnership, setting out new ways we can work more closer together on key areas such as countering hybrid threats and maritime security, because together we are stronger. Our world is changing and NATO is changing with it. What remains unchanged is the unbreakable bond between Europe and North America, on which our alliance is founded. In an age of uncertainty, we need our alliance more than ever for predictability, cooperation, and unity. The decisions we will take at the Warsaw Summit will strengthen our alliance and demonstrate our resolve. And with that, I'm ready to take your questions.